Body bubble tea, body bubble tea, hey.
And today's a very, very, very special episode because we have very special guests in the studio. That's right. We've been fans of these ladies for some years now, and I think we can't contain our excitement, honestly. Yeah. But we're happy to announce that one of the dopest duos in music, they are neo soul artists. They got hip hop. They're singer songwriters. Yes. I mean, they cannot be contained. The talent is just endless.
Say that again.
We are so excited to announce that we have Oshun in the building. Yay!
Hey.
I'm just trying to tune my chakras like.
In the bed with my feet up. You be moving slow, need to speed up. I got holy powers like I'm Jesus. Born out of sweetness, I be the sweetness.
Since the infant, man, I knew I was the shit. Great grandma died of Alzheimer's, but she knew the kid. Only 2 years old, standing by her at the bed. First time meeting, but she reached out for my head.
So in addition to you all dropping your latest project, Volume 2, we just want to get to know a little bit more about your story and how Oshun came to be. So talk to us a little bit about your start. How'd y'all get together?
So we met. I think our 10 years coming around the corner.
Yeah,
wow.
Weeks, really.
Yes, we met in 2013. 2013.
Yeah, 2013.
So I guess 9, and even though 10 years sounds better, I like 9. I like how 9 feels because it's giving birth, it's giving cycles. And we met as seniors in high school, getting ready to go to college, both from the DC area.
That's what's
feel me?
DMV in the building. DMV.
All mothers.
All mothers. Yes. Yeah, so we were getting ready to go to NYU and both got accepted into this scholars program for folks who were into leadership and social justice, and that was pretty much the context in which we met and got to spend some time on campus while we were still seniors in high school, and met and saw each other across the room, and we're like, did we just become best friends? And we've just kind of been rocking ever since. So
that kind of feels like destiny, because y'all are from the DMV but didn't meet till y'all were going
never met.
Have mutual friends, never met.
Wow. Like her best friend during the school year was like my best friend at spring and summer camp, and like super weird. We probably saw each other on the playground.
Probably walked right past each other.
No, definitely.
DC's small.
Yeah.
The DMV's small.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys said you met around 2013. So we actually got introduced to y'all in like 2015. And we were bumping like Sango and the next day. And that's when we felt inclined, okay, we got to do a music review on them. Killing it.
Somebody's always trying to tell you about yourself, but only you can process all the feelings that you felt that day when shit hits the fan. Lost without a plan, wondering if you can or can't, Identity's completely spiritual. Your body's only matter who you are is all your soul. Yes, you are in control of all of your perceptions and the beauty you compose. People might try to help you, but they don't know. People might try to hurt you too, but they can't, cause your entities hold, let go of misinterpretations that lead to your frustration. Take back your mind, cause only you can know what's best for you and the truth.
I realized at the time that you were in school and making music. So what was that like, being full-time students and artists?
It was interesting. I will say going to a school like NYU, I think made it maybe easier or just more natural, because I think that that type of collegiate environment is one in which you are in school, but you're also very much thrusted into the city. And there's a lot of artists who go to that school, or if you're not an artist, you're like already starting your startup business, so I think that it was natural and easy for us to pursue our career so early on. Also because, you know, in a lot of colleges, you're on campus and you just go to the frat parties and you're just in this place like in the forest. But for us, we got to be in Brooklyn and be with like the real underground scene, and that was normal. Like, we had access to the train. We could go anywhere we wanted. We actually started on the train. A lot of people don't know that. Like, we were busking underground at Union Station, like, that's, you know, real. In between classes, after class. So I think it felt natural. It definitely was a lot of work, you know. We're like making the album, writing essays, you know, on the road, writing essays. I remember one of our first like viral videos was Finals week. We did a cypher.
I heard about this. Y'all got to share the backstory.
Yes. So we were doing for Team Backpack, which is a really large platform, and they did these really dope cyphers with a lot of underground artists, and they had this really big following on Facebook.
No, really. Fuck, I look like. You look like, I look like you got me fucked up is what I look like. You looking at me like I'm not supposed to be standing here next to you.
But I see Oshun. But I see Oshun. TeamBackpack.net. But I see Oshun. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. No, Wikipedia, lots of other media. All the same as long as you keep eating what they feeding you. Law makers, rolling raw papers, incarcerate my brother for an hate like real haters. It's kind of funny when you look at it. Nothing more ironic than the system now we live in. Niggas mighty stingy when it comes to black man dividend. Yeah, we the ones that built this country, now we earning minimum. Like, hey, I can't believe it. TeamBackpack.net.
But a lot of people don't know, like, Nyambi was fully writing like a final essay in the studio. God. Like,
insane. We were probably both writing. Like, I was like, Tanya, can you please help me work on this paragraph?
So like I'm on like the 20th paragraph, she's like on the 3rd paragraph, and we're like, let's just meet in the middle. Like,
let me tell you, that's trust. That's trust, and that's teamwork.
For the greater good.
Yes.
And also
probably shared a lot. I was just saying. Did that more often than not.
Yeah, don't tell anybody. But
listen, I mean, that's the past. Listen, that is just insane to me that this is like the definition of juggling, right? Like, you're literally in the space, pursuing the music side of your journey, and then you're literally completing a task for school. Like, that's crazy to me. But y'all made it work. You made it work.
I also want to take a moment to shout out Proda.
Who's in the studio
He's in the studio today too.
Basically like the third member,
right? You know what I'm saying? And he was there from the beginning too. So he also went to NYU with us. The way the universe put it, we all lived in the same dorm building. So our freshman year, we were a lot of times in his dorm, which is also the smallest of the three of our dorm. But we were in his studio.
It probably had the best sound, right?
Yeah, definitely did.
He like made a studio in his like common area, and we would just like be chopping it up. He'd be making beats. We'd be making beats with him. And it just created like this creative moment.
There was also a lot of help and support that we got from faculty, you know, taking music that we were making, having it peer reviewed in the studio in our songwriting classes, and dope producers coming in and giving us feedback and reviewing our marketing plans and you know, things like that. So as much as it could feel like, you know, separate, I think it also was very much in alignment.
Like, you guys are the perfect blend.
Yes.
Like, did y'all realize, like, when you were becoming friends, like, this would be like what it is, like a future together in music and implementing not even like the sound, but just like the content, like what you guys were singing about, what you guys were rapping about, you know?
Yeah, I would say that it honestly happened so quickly. I think like we had known each other maybe 6 months, 5 months by the time we like really got started as a group.
Basically got married. We got hitched right away.
Pretty much. Basically. But even in that moment that Niambi shared about when we met before we went to the school and we kind of went to just shadow, the context in which we were there, they had like a talent show. And we both, because we came to the weekend not knowing each other, we both had plans to participate in it. But then by the time the weekend was over, we ended up on stage together.
I don't mean to stare so hard at you. Suddenly your face makes dreams come true. And I see you there across the room. And I'm wondering what we could do. You start watching me, I'm watching you, and thinking what we is. Everything we taught not to do is everything we did.
Far, far away in a distant land, I found the young prince who'd become my man. He looked me in my eye and he held my hand. And we found our lotus and received our plan. Like, meet me up, Scotty. It's time to fly. Love is what I feel. He holds me tight.
I would love to hear just a little bit more about additional differences you have creatively. Like, what is it that Niambi brings to the table that, you know, contributes to your sound? And what is it that Tandi, you bring to the table that helps form who you became?
Yeah. I feel like as much as I would love to, I mean, we can answer it however.
Yeah, no, please go first.
I feel like as an observer, as someone who's in it, but also as an observer of you, Tandi, like, I feel like Tandi has, first of all, was like, what, valedictorian of her high school. So, like, Tandi is a scholar, like, and has always been. And Tandi, I feel like, moves with this great wisdom and understanding of the why of culture and the why of music. And you know, when it came to us creating, you know, things that for me it just kind of was like more so an outlet, you know, just music like I'm doing because this it feels good and it's fun to make. I'm also not necessarily like I feel like I can be very ignorant sometimes about the history of music, about, you know, who are the greats and who did this before, and like, you know, like, so I think, and very early on, Tandi's like, no, like, as to why some of our earlier songs were even like, you know, Jay Dilla and like paying homage to these OGs of production and people in hip hop and this space that we were coming into. I think that was huge and hugely in part to you, Tandi, and like you bringing that like historical context and this understanding of like, no, like we have to pay homage to the foundation of this space that we're coming into. And I think that that's something that I've always really admired, is like Tandi's just knowledge and understanding of like, this is why it's not just by happenstance, you know what I mean? It's like, no, like there's this person, there's that person, you know, all of this has come to you know, inform what this world is that we're existing in right now. So and I think that also informs like, you know, your musical influences and like what how you write, how you produce, the DJing and aspects of that. So I feel like it could be easy for me to just be like, this is what I bring. But I feel like in hearing you ask that question, I feel like that was a big part of what came from me, how I observe and how I see.
So I guess I'll share my observation of what Niambi brings to the table. You know, Niambi's name translates to mean melody. And I think that Niambi is music, you know, like I appreciate you speaking on kind of my knowledge of the history and scholarly things, but I think that just naturally music flows through Niambi and everything that she does. Like when she's cooking, she's singing, you know, like everything she does is musical. She comes from a musically trained background. So even like in the process of our creation, she'll be like, okay, well, make sure that we have it in this key with this chord and this, you know, a progression. Right. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, you know, and I think that her ability to take music that has, you know, historical, or not historical background, but continuing a history in music, but then being able to make something new out of that is really what I admire about her. And I think that, you know, like, in addition to that, like, I think we both have very, we come from backgrounds that are very familiar with our culture and our traditions, but Nyambi definitely brought forth like the energy of African spirituality into the. We're in the dorm room, like, what are we gonna name ourselves? We know we want it to be something Afrocentric, but what's it gonna be? And we're thinking about it, and Nyambi's like, I got it. Wow. We should call ourselves Oshun. And I'm like, yeah.
Completed seeds, fertile bees in the breeze. You believe in you and I believe in me. No, two less, there's one. Cycle moon and the sun, earth blue. I've got food for you, hun. Drink me till I'm no fresh golden hue, brew black like ether dew. Secrets, yo, thought you kept, but I created depth and reflect you. I created depth and reflect, yo, but you don't know why you love me. You don't know why you love me. Is it for me? How'd you know?
So let's dive into what we were really excited to talk about, which is your latest project, Volume 2.
Yeah.
Don't let nothing disrespect you, you feel me? I got a song for that.
Volume 2.
And we just kind of wanted to like talk about a few songs that really like stood out to us.
Yeah.
Every song is great, but there's some I'll like literally feel connected to. I really love You Can't Love. I know that you all are all so multidimensional. Like you all can sing, you can rap, you do spoken word. But I felt like when I heard this, it gave me like nostalgia a little bit. I felt like it was giving a lot of essence as like to Jill Scott or like the neo soul era that you know we just grew up loving and listening to. I just love that song.
Thank you.
Can you talk to us a little bit about, you know, what it meant and maybe if it's a personal story or maybe it's general.
I made them take mine too. No, you can't throw me outside each time you say you're through. No, you're now walking out of my life when it's convenient for you.
Yeah, shout out to Quentin, who was at NYU as well in the studying jazz music, a guitar player who I just went to his dorm one day. Part of like my schoolwork was making music, making new songs every week, and so I was like, it kind of started with he and I sitting in the dorm room and him playing some guitar riffs and I don't honestly know what came first, the concept, the melody, or the guitar. It happened so quickly and so organically. But it definitely is real. I think in general, how I write and how I create, like, music is very much a way for me to just process life, process my feelings, process what I'm going through. Also a way for me to kind of call power back to myself. And so I think in its inception, that's kind of what You Can't was, like, me really making that declaration, like, no, you can't walk in and out of my life, like, that's not okay, it's not allowed, you know. But then also feeling kind of powerless in saying that, because it's like, I actually don't have any control over you. You can do whatever you want. You are a full autonomous being. So I'm making a declaration, but it's also kind of a plea, you know what I mean? To please don't do that, you know, like, be a little more kind, be a little more sensitive, be a little more empathetic, stay a while.
It's dope that you mentioned about your writing style and how it's always a reflection of things. I find that sometimes I'm more just like storytelling, and like, it might not be my actual reality, but then through the power of word, it tends to pan out by the time the song comes out.
You're like, oh, am I manifesting here?
Yeah, so I gotta watch what I write.
Well, over the course of like your previous projects and up to this point, you guys lean into different themes of manifestation, spirituality, but then you all cover really hard topics, you know, like race, and social and cultural issues. And so that leads me to want to ask you all about text.
And I take all the seats, sit on the Senate, my niggas gon' eat. But dude, is he fruiters? My niggas got shooters on shooters that shoot if you fucking with me. Colonialism, pull up.
That song goes hard. I think out of the entire project, I feel like that song is one of the most probably lyrically layered singles.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah. I just want to say, Yamabi's first line is running the house and I'll take all the seats. And she wrote that before January 6th.
Yeah.
So when that happened, we were like, see, tried to tell y'all.
Oh my God. That one's really powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was, I want to say that started with production there. We were on our way to, was that Philly? A Philly show.
Yeah.
And we're driving and Proto's just like playing beats. And it's like, wait. Run that back.
We are talking about like empowering like themes, but I feel like y'all got edge.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like there's a line in Oh My God is when you say something like, I'm like water, but I can cut. You want to say?
I got that water, but you could get cut.
I heard
Mess with my children, and you better duck.
I am the source, nigga. I am the truth. I ain't worried about you, man. This ain't a regular culture. I'ma head down when I get to the altar. Oshun, I'm a doubter. Been formed against me, won't prosper. I got that water, but you could get cut. Mess with my children, and you better duck. I'm on my Harriet Tubman, live till 100 and something. I'm a living, breathing shrine. Yeah, my body is a temple. Shawty, I'm a goddess, so respect is fundamental.
I heard that line, I was like, I was like, they got layers.
Yes. And I think that speaks to why Text is the first track, because it is, Volume 2 is a part of the Bittersweet saga. We think about bitter and sweet. And so I think, Bittersweet Volume 1 was a lot more of that sweet side. And we talk about Oshun, the deity, we associate her with like sweetness and love.
Yeah.
But Oshun carries a machete at the same time. And so this album is us tapping into that aspect,
I feel like it's so real, right? Like femininity is not just to be like soft, sad. There's also like...
It's nuanced. And I feel like your music has covered that. But specifically this project does a really good job of exemplifying that.
Yes.
And so, I mean, Text is on repeat. A lot of songs are on repeat, but we just needed to talk about that.
Call on the Creator, call on the Most High, and all this manifestations. Like, oh, please.
in me tight. My duty not acting right. Hey. Boo, I am not your wife. You knew that I am a goddess. Oh my God, it's everything that I need. Oh my goddess, oh my goddess. We don't gossip, and I got this. Oh my goddess, oh my goddess, oh my gosh.
So we are running out of time, but we just want to ask just a few more questions before y'all go. What's the song that's most meaningful to you on this project?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Most meaningful? I would say maybe Juju is most meaningful to me. I want to say every song, but I think Juju is meaningful just because it's an anthem of sorts for people who look like us. It's a declaration it's an opportunity for us to say who we are. I feel like a lot of times there are a whole lot of things coming at every direction that define or stereotype what it means to be a Black Indigenous person of color. And it was just an opportunity for us to say what it means for us and to do it in a gangster way. You know,
I think Kali is
I think that's
huge.
special to you.
Yeah. And I love that song. I love the dance aspect of it too. That has a lot of like Brazilian funk influence. Tandi wrote the hook for this, and this was one of those affirmation pieces where it did not apply. And then Tandi said what she said,
and then you got pregnant,
and then I got pregnant. So that's
unfortunately we gotta wrap up the show, but it was such a pleasure speaking with you both.
Absolutely.
Same. And like we said, best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you. And go do that volume 2.
Right.
Yeah, plug it up.
We gotta plug you up.
Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. Go on YouTube for them visualizers.
You know what I'm saying? BlackPeopleMeet.com, Christian Mingle.
Okay. So there's no excuse, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. They're everywhere.
Yes.
So y'all better listen.
Told me how his woman took your place, but you forgot all about that and asked me how was my day. Yeah, like that. And this is exactly how you made me feel. You made me
chosen and I can't fake it. Great, hardly debated. And you want it, so you hate it. On the niggas that done made it. Don't blame that you came with. Blame the circumstance that kept your body faded. Or elevated. Tap into your directions, your information. Say affirmations. I be smiling brightest, and my fire hottest. My mind be highest, but aiming higher than fight or flight and lower desires. Here I am, a teacher, with a message from the ethers bumping through your speakers.
Keep your solar plexus,
and the block is my cathedral,
shining brighter than your necklace.
Keep your solar plexus, shining brighter than your necklace.
Hannah Montana. And like a literal. We put out our first project. People showed love. We put out a soft out. People really showed love, and then they were like, "Give me more." And we were like, "Wait, it's finals. Wait, I'm still a junior. Wait, no, I mean sophomore. Wait, I gotta do junior year. Wait, now I gotta do senior year and my capstone and my final thesis and all this stuff." And so now that we're free, we were able to cook up and really make something that is evolved. The only time I resented school was really like last semester, senior year, when I'm like, yo, like, just trying to finish this album, like, we already is lit, like, why am I here?
I'm just trying to graduate. May 17th, a queen can't wait.
I may not have known that it was necessarily going to be, when we first came into NYU, it was necessarily going to be like, all right, I'm going to meet Tandi, we're going to link up, like, she's going to be super dope, I'm going to be super dope, and we're going to, like, just put our dopeness together and amplify it. We really had to be intentional. I definitely was just like, yo, you bought it? You with it? If we with it, let's do it.
The sacrifices that we did make to be full-time students and full-time artists inform why we are here right now in these spaces.